actually meet. So that's why we don't see it all that often, because in those end games, as you saw last game, we just had the cannon fire raining down onto those players on the low ground, and they were just getting absolutely obliterated. The flame breath Rupture Gale Orb doing so much. Again, that Jade, essentially, if you have that Jade, it is essentially the thing that you need to be the guy who dictates where the lobby goes and who gets lobbied. That is essentially what happens. You know, if you have that Jade, you shoot it off on a specific person that you want the rest of the lobby to focus, and that's it. They're cooked. You know, they can't really heal effectively. They're never really able to mitigate the damage that you're putting out because they can't heal through. They can't block it. They can't really avoid it all that well because of the splash damage. But yeah, we've talked about Rupture Gale Flame Breath a lot, but Spider with a beautifully executed Heaven Step here off of the sudden jump scare of T225, who just appears out of nowhere after he took down that other player, and it looks as though Spider might be coming away from this early game with 2 quick eliminations, and there you have it. Spider, is this what I was talking about?
You know, he bricks
it game 1 and then he just pops off the rest. You know, game 2 already 2 kills.
Just classic WBG Spider thing.
Literally. It's possible though that this might not translate into an MVP. You know, we saw multiple players last game picking up 3 kills early game and then unfortunately just not able to get up there in the standings. Although we did have Star pick up 5 kills and he did come third, but that multiplier really cost him unfortunately. But here we are, Roy he oh, the Tessa ultimate into the parry, but he gets clipped by the Shile, and CDY, look at the grin on his face. He's very happy with himself. Coming in, shield bash. It just absolutely obliterates both of these players who are stuck in a fight they couldn't stop. Spider now looking for the engagement onto CDY. CDY, he's very ready for it though. Gets that F2, gets the uppercut onto Spider, delaying it ever so slightly. The armor from Spider's F1 not able to cover for it. The parry coming through though onto CDY. It's not looking good, but he does have his ultimate. He's ready to go. He's still able to keep chugging away in this fight. Another block coming through now. CDY looking to get that heal, but Spider's not going to let him. He gets that F1 out to mitigate that shield bash. Another one coming through from the F2. Spider gets the confirmation though with the LMB, and there it is. CDY getting taken down by Spider. Spider just unfortunately in this situation with these 2 characters, whoever gets that initial prio, whoever makes the mistake first, so to speak, typically ends up losing out in this fight. Unless the person who gets the initial prio makes a big mistake, it is kind of cooked, as they're both characters that can do similar things essentially. So Shile can block and Zipping can heal, but you know, it's basically the same end result, so to speak. So whoever gets that initial win off the start will typically come out on top, and Spider was able to do just that.
Yeah, moving down now below podium here, we've got Wang Liang going head-to-head with JJH's Star. The pillar invested into the re-uppercut onto Wang Liang. Wang Liang going to lose all of his armor here. That Honk Sword really trying to come in, but the RB off the fan going to equal things out here. Star feeling forced to head back towards the pillar, will find an armor swap into the white armor here. Wang Liang playing this very well, trying to really bait Star away from the pillar to keep them from being able to utilize the ultimate. Wang going to come all the way away here. Star now not going to have the option to head back to the pillar and get back into the ultimate with their back to the Thorny Roller as well. Wang Liang just taking control of the neutral time and time again. The F going to be invested by Star here. Star trying to get back to the pillar here. Wang Liang just needs to stop it. We're going to see the shot come out. Doesn't find it. Star will get back to the pillar just in the nick of time, but Wang Liang really with a dominating control of the situation is going to keep pressuring here with the ranged weapons. Star turns the mech around, gives the face to Wang Liang. Wang Liang finds the pistol shot and cleans up the elimination on the JJH's Star as we move over to WBG's Spider and KLA's T225. Frostivus waiting in the background as well. Spider with one of those Jades we talk about all the time. 2 Na coming in to go ahead and not only find the heals, but the buff as well. Frostivus Gonna tickle T225 here with that purple, or sorry, no, blue set of dual blades they have here. And now Spider going to turn their attention on to Frostivus. They need to all be careful about how they take this engagement because Zone 1 is starting to collapse down. We're going to have those Yangs coming through very shortly, and they all have that risk of the potential third party from one another. So Spider going to make the smart decision here to back away, live to fight another day, and try to prioritize heading towards one of those realms of Yang, which you see is right there. T225, Wolf, CDY, and WBG Spider all in range of it. Alliance's Frostivus decides he's going to let them have that portal. He's not going to try to prioritize heading in and taking that particular fight. BBE's Roy Hee topside heading towards one. J Team's PST521 Zakami also potentially heading towards one. GG Shah over to the side here there with that Valiant challenge, looking to head inside the realm of Yang, try to get some of the time down on that Valiant so he can get those Darktide coins, which will help him scale into the late game, especially if he's able to find a win inside the realm of Yang. Taking a look there, we see XCG's Wang Liang, Frostivus, and Baoda's Action all heading towards Podium, where another one of those Yangs is going to be coming through. So Alliance's Frostivus gives up his position for the Yang by WBG Spider and is now looking to contest the two players over at Podium. Spider just topside, waiting for this portal to come through. A little bit of a gentleman's agreement as we do wait for it to come in. Spider setting up to be able to get inside that realm of Yang. Who's going to be able to take it? Spider going to invest the F there so he can knock away CDY and find his way in. Very clean interaction by Spider there.
You little griefer, you. Oh my god. Oh, and Spider grief CDY's entrance into Yang. How's he got to do the boy like that? God damn. But anyway, we are going into this realm of Yang. Spider with that purple longsword catching X-Shin multiple times, doing quite a bit of damage. But X-Shin committing that pillar from the V3, able to return in kind. But it looks as though Spider may have caught X-Shin slipping. And right there, that grapple onto X-Shin is exactly what I was talking about earlier in game number 1, where Frostivus looked for that grapple onto... Who was it again? I think it was X-Shin. I think he did it. It was X-Shin. Yeah. He tried to go for the grapple onto X-Shin, but X-Shin had already charged it up to the blue stage. But whereas Spider was able to find that timing and then immediately punished him for it, for holding it for too long. Gets the grapple into the grapple bump and then gets that carousel combo into the wall, and then that's all it was. No combo break. No win. You lose. It's over. And Spider taking that win, and he started to get the ball rolling. 4 kills to his name. This is exactly what we were talking about. Unfortunately, Mike on the Justina this game, not able to do the same. He's kind of in a bad spot here, having no eliminations so far, and has that Yang depletion. X-Shin looks as though he may have stashed himself a Soul Bloom somewhere out in this area, heading up to the frozen land. But speaking of frozen land, Mike might be frozen here up against these buttery rocks, the icy rocks. He's trying to find an opening onto Spider, but Spider is not going to let him have it. And Mike, kind of in a bad spot, sandwiched between multiple players, trying his best to make somebody else the target. Goes over to the Morris, gets the turnaround parry, picks up the gold fan and the blue armor that was sitting on the Morris Blessing. Beautifully done by Mike. An excellent turnaround into the parry here, but he still has to cleanse this Yang depletion. He has 3 minutes, he has the time, but he does not have his ultimate available, and he's going to have to try and find a quick maneuver around these rocks, around this terrain, and try and find himself a moment to breathe, potentially get some of his ultimate back up. There is an ult charging station, one of those Firefly cages very close by, and I think he's looking to go and check if it is there. It doesn't look as though it is. Don't think so, otherwise he probably would have headed right on over, but he's heading over to this fight. PST Spider Wang Liang all scrapping it out. The Ferrier getting focused, the Ferrier getting sandwiched between the two, gets that jump parry though, beautifully done, tries to drop the pillar, get the stagger onto Spider, but Spider mitigating it with his ultimate activation. But Mike coming in and sniping away that Soul Bloom, cleansing the Yang depletion that was decaying him over time. Wang Liang now the focus of X-Shin, forced to use that ultimate. It looks as though Mike might be trying to find an opening again, trying to get a few more kills potentially. He doesn't have his ultimate though, and he's already lost some of this armor, getting tech chased by these nunchucks. The golden nunchucks doing so much work. Wang Liang, he is in a very good position to take down Mike here, but the terrain is so good, especially for the fan here, with nunchucks not having the best of scale rushes. Although it does have a really good grapple horizontal, Fan's scale rush is the fastest in the game alongside dagger, and it's just so unbelievably difficult to catch players who use it effectively. But Spider, he's going to try and do just that. He gets the opening with the RMB, immediately looking for that disengage, not looking to get ulted. He hasn't managed to track the cooldown. He's just trying to stop Mike from finding this heal, it seems, but he's not looking to commit that far forward, as the further they go into the zone, the further they have to go to get to safety.
Yeah, Mike came in here, by the way. I want to note that Mike immediately went onto a blue armor. This is something that Mike is known for, right? He is very known for scoping out areas, knowing where the armor is. He comes back, though. Ballista shots come in while I'm talking about that point. But Mike is very well known for leaving loot strategically in areas, remembering where it is, so that when he gets in trouble like he was in that situation, he could just scoot right on over. He goes into the zone knowing he's going to be at a disadvantage with that zone damage coming through, but knows he's got the armor there to buy himself the space, and it will threaten other players from sticking around for too long. Because of that, he's able to get a blue armor swap, get back into this game, and keep the game alive here. No eliminations under his belt, but he is staying alive here. That legendary fan in the back pocket. Mike doing what he does best, making it to late game. And late game is where Mike typically finds a lot of his eliminations. Alliance's Frostivus here. The Ballista raining in. Frostivus with the little tap dodges there. Not able to avoid the fire tick. Able to avoid the brunt of the damage coming through, though, from those two Ballista shots. Is going to keep himself moving and find the full reset he's looking for. WBG Spider catches a glimpse of Wolf CDYs, decides going to come over, do a little bit of shopping. We do have that second set of Realm of Yangs geared to come through, so not a lot of players looking to hard commit to engagements here. Spider, though, going to test the water onto OUG's Mike. Wants to push him a little bit away here, but Mike going to go straight on down. Heads into the Realm of Yang, and it's going to be Mike versus J-Team's PST, and then we're going to have Wang Liang versus BBE's Roy Hehe. Mike here with the legendary fan in a really good position coming into this matchup here into PST. PST going to go airborne. Mike looking for some of that range damage. Again, this is one of those matchups we talked about Justina having a little bit of an advantage on here inside the Realm of Yang. Mike really just takes control of the situation, immediately willing to invest the ultimate, forces PST into the mech. Mike able to find a reset and still has ult charge left, is looking to continue to take these range shots, keep the pressure up onto PST. PST gonna be forced out of the mech, knows he can't take advantage of it inside of it. Looks like Mike did cancel the ult early, so he's looking for an opportunity to potentially get it back into this fight. But Mike gonna take a huge charge left click off of those dual blades there, gonna do a lot of damage. Gonna find another left click there, looking for the scale rush. PST gonna come down around. Mike gonna find one of his own, though, into the uppercut, into the jumping RMB. Will he find the cleanup? He just needs one. He's got the ult back up, and ladies and gentlemen, he's able to find the dash, come down on his head, hits him with the Goomba Stomp, and OUG's Mike comes out on top inside the Realm of Yang, finding his first elimination of game number 2.
Very nicely done by Mike. That was definitely a risk that he took, though. He chose to cancel his ultimate after using only one of the dashes, trying to regenerate his ultimate during the timer of that Ferrier ultimate, where he could have attempted to try and freeze the mech and go for the mech burst, so to speak, where you burst down the mech and try and get him out as soon as possible. Akame here, though, he doesn't look like he's in that good of a spot. Unfortunately for him, he does get absolutely lobbied by everyone in the area. Roy Hehe on the Tessa, surprisingly not being the one who gets lobbied here. It's possible that he was the one who instigated it and forced forced it into existence, so to speak. But X-Shin here looks as though he is the next target. Unfortunately for him, the parry comes through. Oh my god, what's going on? Spider getting the kill with that pistol shot, taking down X-Shin. The gold katana here, I think it was him who got that. I think he got the parry as well. I think he got that huge katana sap, or single-edged weapon sap, as it's now called. Mike very nicely dodged there, but it's looking a bit risky right now. He does have that White Tiger's prowess, but it's not going to save him unless he commits that ultimate, and he does exactly that. And now it's back to the fan, and it's back to Scale Rush City, and he's probably going to try and make his way out of here, I'd imagine. Fighting this would be rather dangerous, but Mike, he is one who likes to live on the edge, and GG Shah may have bitten off more than he can chew here. The freeze immunity doesn't expire just yet, but Mike, he's gonna send it, catch the LMB into the combo, and GG Shah. Perhaps a little ambitious, my friend. Perhaps a little ambitious, eating those blue focuses back to back, and unfortunately not able to make use of his character's ability to just stay on the move in an extended fight, and just gets cooked. Speaking of getting cooked, Roy Hee living on literally a pixel of health, getting taken down by Mike. Again, Mike, he's just running the lobby now. The Justina that had Yang depletion after the first Yang, now coming back with 4 eliminations and just dominating. Spider now. Oh, going for that nunchuck overhold, using that horizontal block. Spider very nicely armoring through that freeze from Mike, and it looks as though Wang Liang, he's protecting his zipping sister, the zipping herd. It is real, chat. I talk about it. We're seeing it right now. Mike literally getting peeled off by Wang Liang. Spider low HP, but it doesn't matter, and Mike is still being focused. Frostivus apparently didn't get the message. Oh no, yeah, he did actually. He did. He got the message and he's left. This is
something I want to talk about with OUG's Mike. I think he has one of the most underrated skills in the entirety of NBPL. I don't know what it is. I don't know how he does it all of the time, but somehow he always seems to be able to divert attention away from himself, even when he's low with no ultimate and like 4 people chasing him. Somehow he just disappears into the aether. He turns into a wallflower. He's still near the fight, and nobody's focusing him. He's just gone away. It's like they've got object permanence. He just disappears, and they forget he exists altogether, Duncan.
Plot armor. Literally. It's still plot armor. Mike, you are absolutely right. I've talked about it before, where it's somewhat of a, it's like an aura, so to speak, where you just exude this dominating energy, where people who fight you or look at you or just see you in the vicinity know that you're a force to be reckoned with. And Mike, he's a scary dude. You know, he's doing stuff that nobody knows. He's doing stuff that nobody even thinks about, especially not in the West. And he's just a machine. And here he is getting chased down by Spider, but he's still on the move. He's still turning. This is one of the very most important things I have to say about when you're trying to run away from people, is not forgetting to turn and apply pressure to your pursuers. If you try and run without fighting back, you're just going to prolong your death. You will eventually get taken down, most likely.
Absolutely.
But if you turn and fight and apply pressure, you're going to be able to survive for much longer. But
it's one of the things I talk about all the time, is you have to get your pursuer low so that you can change the target acquisition. If you maintain the target acquisition in this professional of a lobby, you're just going to get bodied every single time. Mike here, you see him doing it right now, right? He catches the freeze, he gets a little bit of damage, he tries to get away. Unfortunately, I think he is about to get bodied here. He's got 2 dashes left. He finds the dash, the re-dash. Mike, again, still alive against the odds. The man is unkillable. WBG Spider come in from down below. Wang Liang, both these players not wanting to give up the target acquisition here onto Mike. Mike finally goes down. He's unable to take the attention off of himself, and that's exactly what we were talking about, is you have to get somebody else low. You have to get the target acquisition off your back. But I think Mike here, surviving for as long as he did, he may have been a little bit of a detriment to himself. I think the players just kind of agreed, all right, this player, they've survived for way too long. They have got to go, and that's what we finally see happen. WVG's Mike, XCG's Wang Liang just stick to him like butter to toast and will not let him get away. Finally, they do clean up the eliminations. We turn now to Wolf CDY on the receiving end of some of that punishment from Wang Liang. CDY looking for the scale rush. Wang Liang looking for the grapple. He's just going to cancel out of the scale rush, not allowing Wang to get there. He's going to invest the ultimate. Wang Liang airborne here. Wolves just looking for an opportunity to find a little bit of a reset. He does have that ult here. It's going to be very difficult for Wang Liang to create the pressure. Spider just outside there with the Tuna, letting it tick. And CDY says, my ult's just about out. I need to get out of here. I want nothing to do with what's going on here, as he tries to break the ankles of both Spider and Wang Liang. But we saw how that worked out for OUG's Mike. CDY gonna have to put in a lot of work here to make that happen. Both players, oh my goodness, the nunchucks just coming in there. The Dragons were cleaning up all of the armor and half the health there off CDY. We're gonna see some range shots coming in from our boy Wang Liang as well. Both of these players just dogging him down here. Wang Liang gonna keep Spider off of the body as well. Immediately turn onto that, says, cool, I picked up the elimination. Now I want to focus you down. But Spider says, I'm about that smoke. Bring it, my boy. Wang Liang gonna be able to catch the overcut. Oh my goodness, the double bang comes in. He gets bounced between both of them, and Wang Liang is able to clean it up because of that. What an RNG circumstances. He knocks Spider up. He's able to get out of the way of it. Spider gets bounced between both of the Banes, and Wang Liang gets the elimination, comes out on top. He's going to be your MVP.